Alright, what is going on everyone, and welcome to another guide. Once again, we are on the PTS, which is the public test server, so that's why I get to do a lot of extra guides and builds. So for the most part, nothing carries over. This is all just like builds, and you can actually test this out yourself if you are playing on PC. All you have to do is go into your client and then check the box and the options where it's like PTS and install that. But what we're going to go over today is all the Undaunted rewards, the 2-piece sets, and show you everything and what they do for the most part. So if you have no idea what the Undaunted thing is, it's essentially your dailies. You talk to this guy, you do a veteran pledge, and then you talk to another lady, and you get a regular pledge. And if you complete those pledges, you get keys, bronze, silver, and gold. Usually the gold rewards give you shoulders, and that's what you're going for. And from the bosses, you get the helmet if you were lucky. It's all luck for the most part. So you can get it really early, or you could take forever to get it. But generally this is where you get it. If you see the area and there's those 3 chests, that's how you get the quest to do them. And yeah, so we're going to go over all the sets. I'll show you how they look, and I'll give you my opinions on it. So I've actually tested most of these in the actual game, and I'll tell you some things that I've noticed. Alright, so let's start off with everyone's favorite, the Balcon Scioria set. Now, they both go from, well, when you first get it, they all start at purple, and then you're going to have to upgrade it to legendary, which is gold yourself. But since we're on the PTS, they give you all the stuff pretty much just gold already. So, what is this set and why is it everyone's favorite? 1, because it looks pretty cool, and 2, you see how it's a part of a 2-piece set, right? That's what makes everything unique. And the 1 piece, you notice how it gives 1,000 health plus your bonus health, which is almost 2,000 extra health, and that's for all of them as well. Medium sets give stamina, and light sets give magicka. And the infused part, or like the divines, the second traits, those are all random, what you get from the actual bosses. And but that's not really as important as what we're going to be talking about. So the 2-piece set is the main reason you're using this set. So the Balcon Scioria one, it has a 4% chance when damaging an enemy with a damage over time to call a meteor down. So what that does essentially is bring down extra DPS, and it raises it about like 2,000 or more. And that just brings your total DPS, and it does AoE abilities as well. So this is why this one is one of the most popular sets in the game. It's also one of the harder ones to get in the game, because the daily pledge to do it is not exactly the easiest thing and not the fastest thing to do. Alright, so we got that one done. And if you're looking for DPS, this is the set for you, because you just want to drop more meteors down. And what is the meteor, just in case you have no idea? It is under the Mages Guild right here, and the meteor is this ultimate for level 10 Mages Guild. So you're going to want this one. It just does a lot of DPS. Alright, so next on the list is the Engine Guardian set. Why is this one relevant? This is also another used one in PvP, and believe it or not, in the real live servers, the highest veteran rank it goes to is 12, but I do believe if they're giving us 14 now in Imperial City, the highest is going to be is raised to 14. So what this set does is the 2-piece, that's what we're going to be looking at for the most part for all the sets. It gives you the ability to summon a drummer like robot thingy, and it follows you for about 6.5 seconds, giving you about 1,000 of a random attribute like health, stamina, or magicka every 0.5 seconds for 6.5 seconds. So that's a total of like 12,000, 12,500 health or stamina or magicka. Now it's pretty good to have extra heals, so you don't have to use potions, or if your thing is on cooldown. That's why it's good to have. However, it doesn't really increase DPS. It's more of a heal thingy, and that's why it's used in PvP mostly. And it's kind of good for PvE as well, but for the most part, people will be seeing the Balcon Scioria set. Alright, so next on the list is the Spawn of Mephala. Now, no one really uses this set because before it was not really useful, but what this thing does is a fully charged heavy attack has a 30% chance to create a web for 10 seconds. The web deals magic damage every second and reduces movement speed. So essentially what you're going to be using this is for like AoE and PvP, or not PvP, PvE, excuse me. And what it does is slows the enemies down so you can like do more AoE and just clear mobs. But overall, I think this set looks pretty solid, and it's not really that useful, but it's one of the set pieces you do get. I did forget to mention that the Scioria set you would get is in the City of Ash, or the Helm primarily, and the Engine Guardian is the Engine Guardian one with the boss, which is not exactly sure what it's called, but you get it there with if you the siege engine thingy at the end. Alright, so that was pretty much it. We just went over that one short or very quickly. There's really nothing much to say about it except it spawns a web and it's primarily used for PvE and stuns for AoE. Alright, next is the Nerien'eth Helm. I don't even think I pronounced that properly, but what it does is a DPS helm. It looks pretty interesting as well. But when it has a 10% chance when causing damage that is not from damage over time, so like single target, just like regular hits. The Lich Crystal, it will like create a Lich Crystal and explodes after 3 seconds. So think of a bomb pretty much. And after 3 seconds it deals like massive magic damage. So generally not really that good, but it looks cool, and you guys most likely want to see it because it's hard to find. Next on our list is the Maw of Infernal one. This one is pretty useless, but it looks pretty cool as well. You get an alligator helmet, and what it does is pretty much when you have a light or heavy attack, it has a 5% chance to summon a Daedroth, which is one of those dragon thingies for 15 seconds, and it breathes fire, and it does like 2600 damage. So what it does, it just spawns like one of those Daedroths, and for 15 seconds it just helps you. It's kind of like a sorcerer thingy. So not really that useful, but it's pretty cool looking, and yeah. So next thing we're going to look at is the Scourger set. Now this one looks pretty creepy overall, but what it does is when you hit an enemy, you have a 6% chance to create a beam that's lifesteal, and the beam breaks from targets greater than 10 meters away, while the beam holds gain at 30% increased alt healing from all sources. So that's kind of straightforward, but like if you hit an enemy, you have a chance to like do a beam attack that just does more DPS and adds to it. Now I haven't really seen much use of this in PvP or PvE, both of them, but that's because the Scioria is just the best one out of literally every item set. But this one I need to do some more testing with this one, but it seems pretty interesting. Alright, so next one is the Bogdan, the Night Flame set. Now you look like this when you that's kind of interesting. Now what it does is when you heal an ally, it creates a 2% chance to summon a healing totem, which just heals enemies. So it's kind of like the Engine Guardian, except it heals your allies as well. And while the Engine Guardian one heals yourself only, so it's like a team-based one, which it's not really that useful because if you're playing in a party enough to actually wear the set, there's most likely going to be a healer in your party anyway. So I guess it's not really used, but it looks pretty cool. And there are just other ones that are more worth getting other than this one, because if you're playing in a group, you're most likely going to have a healer and you'd rather have DPS instead. So our final set, which I think is the most funny looking one of all, is the Bloodspawn set. Now, what this one does is increase your spell and physical resistance for 6 seconds, and it restores ultimate, and when you just hit an enemy, you have a 6% chance to gain those resistances for, and pretty much has a 6-second cooldown, so you get it for 6 seconds, and the cooldown is 6 seconds. So it's pretty much instant cast every time. If you have it up, you could have a chance to have it an additional resistance at all times. Not really needed much. I would say if it was used, it'd be used in PvP only, but then PvP you might as well just use the Scioria helm, because extra DPS is always nice, and that one just looks cooler. So that has been all the Undaunted items that have been released so far. Some of them like only have a level 12 veteran cap, including the Engine Guardian one. Some of them have 14, but since they give you all 14 now, I assume it's going to be 14 by the time the Imperial City comes out. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and those are all the Undaunted helms. And once again, if you just skip to the end of it and didn't actually watch the video, the way you get it is by doing the dungeons. This is in Stormhaven, the DC area. If you're in Ebonheart, it would be in Deshawn, near the area. Look for the Undaunted Enclave, and you talk to said people around here to get the veteran and regular silver pledges. And once you complete the quests, you get a key, and primarily you want to go for the gold one, which is only given by the veteran one. And you have a chance to get a shoulder only, and if you complete the veteran one, you have, like, inside, once you fight the final boss, you have a chance of collecting the helmet for whichever pledge you're doing. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and if you see anything you liked, let me know. If you would like to watch any more Imperial City videos, we're preparing for that, so if you would like to see more, click the annotation at the bottom left of the screen, and it'll link you to a playlist where you can just watch something, maybe something else interests you there. So have a fantastic day, and I'll see you later.